What's going on, y'all? This is Nametag Alexander, and you're listening to another episode of A Name Tag is Necessary. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast on whatever your preferred podcast platform is, be it Apple Podcasts, talking Spotify, Anchor. We have Google Podcasts and also Radio Public. And there's a bunch more. Whatever, like I say, your preferred podcast platform is, or you can stream it directly from my website, nametagalexander.com. But I'll also be sure to have it on the leadandmelegendary.net website as well. While you're listening, be sure to check out after this podcast, of course, make sure you go listen to the Work, Win, Repeat EP. Again, that's Work, Win, Repeat, the EP, which is available on all platforms where you can stream and or download music or purchase music, I should say, because nowadays, you definitely, as an artist, you definitely want people to purchase your music for those that really support. But it's also available on vinyl. You can purchase the 12-inch vinyl as well directly from my website. Again, that's nametagalexander.com. I mean, I kind of slowed down. I'm not going to even lie. I slowed down a little bit on promoting vinyl and as well as the merch because, you know, like I say, this pandemic happened, and who could have really predicted that? You know, obviously taking over from, technically we could say, I mean, for me, it started affecting me as far as a music artist probably around maybe March, and which is crazy because I remember with the Work, Win, Repeat project, I was like, I'm not going to put this out just yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it some months, maybe 3 months or so. And this was around like March where I was like, I'm probably wait. This around that time, the Grand's single had came out, which was on March 13th. And then after that, shit just wasn't the same. And I still was like, all right, well, I said I was going to put the project out in April. Let me go ahead and put it out. And I did it anyway. Well, I really feel like I should have waited. But whatever, it's out now. It's a very dope project, quality project. Make sure y'all check it out. Again, Work, Win, Repeat, the EP. It's available on every single platform where you can purchase or stream music. And that's not limited to, but including, like I say, Spotify. You know, Bandcamp. How about there? It's on Bandcamp. So make sure if you buying music and you into supporting the independent music artists, make sure you purchase it on Bandcamp. It's on Tidal, of course. Deezer from our folks overseas is checking out music. I'm centering this episode around blockchain technology and the music industry. There was this article through hypebot.com that I got through my email, and it was basically talking about blockchain technology having a way soon to pretty much pay music artists within, I want to say it said within 2 hours as opposed to months. Because right now it was basically saying it's going to have a way, initiative to pay musicians within 2 hours as opposed to 2 years. Because you know how that can be with royalties being paid out, especially with publishing. That, man, it's a waiting game. But the article caught my attention. And I took some notes from it. I pretty much jotted down the bulk of what mattered with this article per se. Now, if you're not familiar with blockchain technology, because for a minute I wasn't, honestly, it's basically digital currency, of course. When you think blockchain and digital currency, you think of Bitcoin. You think of cryptocurrency just overall for the most part. Now, some of the uses for blockchain technology, and off top you would think of this anyway because we're familiar with this process of how we transfer money, but payment processing and money transfers, monitoring supply chains, retail loyalty rewards programs, digital IDs, data sharing for sure, copyright and royalty protection, digital voting, real estate, land, and auto title transfers. Those are some of the potential uses for blockchain technology. One of the standout concerns for blockchain was, can it be hacked? A legitimate concern, right? It says its decentralized nature and cryptographic algorithm make it immune to attack. It says, in fact, hacking a blockchain is close to impossible. In a world where cybersecurity has become a key issue for personal, corporate, and national security, blockchain is potentially revolutionary technology. Now, one of my main things was, okay, this cryptocurrency is it's the wave of the future, something that everybody is pretty much getting into. I wanted to know, how do we go about withdrawing money from blockchain? That was one of my concerns. Now, they were saying you could log into your account on the Bitcoin ATM and select withdraw cash option. Now you enter the amount of cash you wish to withdraw, and you send Bitcoin to the wallet address QR code that's indicated on there. Then it says once the transaction is confirmed on the blockchain network, you can then collect your cash. This typically happens in under 30 minutes. Now, as far as music goes, there's this company called Revelator, which is a company founded by Bruno Guez. I think I'm saying that name right. I'm not 100% certain. But like I say, Revelator is a music business administration platform that's developed a blockchain-based wallet and smart contract platform that vastly expedites payments to artists. Now, Revelator is linked with performance rights society called, I don't want to butcher pronouncing his name, but I'm going to just say Tiesto. It's spelled Teosto. And they're also linked with a music monitoring service called BMAT. Now, what's funny is Tiesto, I've never heard of that performance rights society. I'm familiar with ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and it's probably been on the list of a bunch of performance rights society that I've looked at in recent articles, but I've never paid attention to that. But the other music monitoring service is BMAT, which tracks, identifies, and it pays out the money that's due to writers on their works, or let's say their music, of course, when it's played on radio. Basically the performance royalty payments. And the thing is, that's dope. They're supposed to get the money within 24 hours of the songs being played. So it's not like you're waiting out months or let's say a year, before you can actually get your royalties paid out to you from when your music is played on radio. I guess that would include internet radio as well. I have to do a little bit more research on that. But automatically and immediately, the payments go to the wallets or the accounts of the rights holders. So there's basically a wallet for each of the rights holders involved. Payments are made in original works tokens, which right holders will be able to convert that to actual cash, or the currency of their choice once the project reaches its production stage. Like I say, this episode wasn't going to be too long, but I thought that was interesting and I wanted to go ahead and share that for a lot of the music artists that I'm familiar with, or let's say songwriters and recording artists, composers as well, that's pretty much just going to be tapping in and listening to the podcast. I thought it'd be dope to share that information. So if you don't want to specifically read the article, I just pretty much covered basically everything about it. And I think that's dope. I think music creators deserve to have a more swift payout instead of waiting out. You know what I mean? That whole 3-month window, or sometimes, like I say, up to a year before you really even see a decent amount of money from the music that you're putting out. Like I say, episode 1 going to be too long. NametagAlexander.com is the website. LeadingMeLegendary.net. A name tag is necessary. Subscribe. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, your preferred podcast platform, and tell somebody about it. Leave a comment. Spread the word. I'm out. Peace.